I'm author and strategist James Baker. Thank you for joining me for a discussion on the 2016 Federal Information Technology Budget. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn a whole lot of information about the IT budget, its strategies, and ultimately how you can pull all this information together and create a run rate to go pursue deals in 2016. I'm also going to share with you at the end a special offer I have for everyone listening to today's event. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an author and marketing strategist. I work with technology companies that sell into the federal, state, and local marketplaces. I wrote the book, How to Win Business from the Government. I also host a forum called the Public Sector Technology Exchange. We bring together government leaders from all over the country, as well as higher education and industry, and we talk about the issues of technology and the citizen. As a matter of fact, we have a really neat event that we just did about 10 days ago called Extortionists, Exfiltrators, and Hacktivists. And it's a riveting discussion between some leaders from Alaska to the state of Maine where we talk about hackers, security, and government. Now, let's get started with today's event. We're going to begin with research. It all starts with the numbers, and we're going to take a look at two special type of numbers in the federal budget. As you can see on your screen, the federal budget for this year is $79.4 billion. The government is going to be buying a lot of technology products and services. There are two columns that are very important. If you look on your screen right now, they're highlighted in yellow. One is DME, that stands for Development, Modernization, and Enhancement. That's actually the new money going into a program. The other is O&M. This also used to be called steady state, but O&M is the steady state dollars that keep a program going. So we have two columns, the O&M or steady state, the DME, and the new money. They're both very important for your company to understand the difference between them. Now, as you begin to pull the budget down, you want to go out to itdashboard.gov. This is an enormous Excel spreadsheet. It has over 4,000 budget line items, but well worth your time to download and look at. We've just begun the new federal fiscal year for 2016. It began October 1st, 2015. For those of you that are new to government, government runs on October 1 to September fiscal year. There is a strong focus this year in the budget on digital strategy, security, and bringing the best services to the American citizen in the cloud. And one of the things that I also find when I talk to different government leaders throughout the country, they're very interested in how they can maximize current IT investments. What's important, if you're listening in, your business development and executive management team should have presented to the company where they're going to target for 2016, how they're going to do it, what budget line item deals they're going to be going after. In my book, I provide an entire chapter of how you can research the budget. I go into great detail the difference between DME and steady state funding and why that's important to your bottom line of your company. Let's continue. It's very important that you understand the strategy plans after you look at the numbers. I always go out to CIO.gov to begin. CIO.gov gives me a big view picture of what's going on in government. There's a lot of great information you can learn there. Then I'll look at the specific department that I'm targeting. For today's example, let's say we want to know more about the United States Department of Agriculture. You can start with a simple Google or Bing search, and you can just Google CIOUSDA.gov. You'll come onto it, it'll pull up a page called ocio.usda.gov. That stands for Office of the Chief Information Officer. And as you look here, this is the CIO's page. Let's take a look at what's on your screen right now. They have a header where you can click on the IT strategy plan. You can learn more about it. Also on the screen, they have some information about the CIO, the kinds of products and services they want, their policy and directives. I mean, just a wealth of information that before any of your salespeople ever pick up the phone, before any of your marketing people try to communicate to them, you should understand these things. There's also a very important item on the screen that I want to point out to you. If you look over on your right-hand side, you'll see 4 things in print. One of them is capital planning. Very important to the federal market is what's called the CIPIC process, capital planning, investment, and control. And it's very important that if you're going after government deals that you have a very strong knowledge of the CIPIC process. I also talk about that in my book as well. We're now going to look at the business case. So let's just take a quick recap where we've been. We started out with the budget. There are 2 really important sets of numbers, DME and O&M. We then began looking at the strategy plans to get an understanding of what our customers think, our potential customers thinking, what's important to them. Now we're going to look at the business case. The business case is referred to as the 300s. It's actually a form, 300A and B, that's filled out, and it's what is submitted to Congress to justify the expense of an IT product. It is a phenomenal document and has a wealth of information. And any deal that you're chasing or want to go after, you should probably read the business case. I've listed on your screen the direct step-by-step directions of how you can go out and find the business cases in the areas that you're targeting. And like I mentioned earlier, these are fantastic documents. Just look at your screen right now. Look at all that you can learn. You can get an overview of the program. You can understand its funding, how it's rated, overview and mandates, as well as any audits associated with the business case. It also will give you prime contacts as well as managers that you can call, and it gives you project identifiers that you can pull back to the actual federal budget. This is a must-read for anyone that's in business development, proposals, and executive management, and understanding their government customer. Now, we're going to talk about how you take all this information and create a pipeline of qualified deals. I began my career as an account executive working for a handful of systems integrators in the Northern Virginia area. I started out as an inside rep supporting 2 salespeople. I then went on to an account manager and eventually became a director of business development. And one of the most important things that I had to do was prepare for my senior management the types of deals we were going to go after, the value of those deals, and then the value to our company of those deals. I put a definition of a run rate on the screen for you, and we'll for our purposes today, we're going to talk about how we can make a strategy to take this information on the budget, the strategies, the business cases, turn them into a run rate. So, what I'd like you to do now, if you haven't downloaded a copy of the federal budget, why don't you go ahead and do that? You can pause this and it'll take a few minutes to download. And I'd like you to pull a copy of it up on your screen because you're gonna need that. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to make a short list of all the things that your company does. Generally, when I do this list, I'll find 15 to 30 things when I do this for a client. Put down everything that you do or sell to the government. If you're in the commercial world, list all the commercial products that your company does. Remember, there are 15 to 30 vertical markets in the public sector, and generally all those vertical markets are in each department. So what you're doing in the commercial world is absolutely applicable to the federal world. There's healthcare, logistics, etc. You get the point I'm making. What you do commercially is important. Now, what I also want you to do is include any partner or reseller solutions that you're involved with. Remember, you can leverage what your partners do. I work with a lot of people that resell or leverage different security solutions. I have a lot of clients that are Microsoft Business Intelligence partners, or they work with Cisco, Oracle. My book goes into far more detail about how to do this, but again, download the budget, make a short list of what you do, have an understanding of what your partners do. Now, what I want you to do next is on your spreadsheet, I want you to put a brand new column. And on the header of it, I want you to put the words USP. Let me repeat that one more time. USP. That stands for Unique Selling Proposition. What we're going to do is we're going to do a search on the budget deals. Using however you do it, I'm on a Mac, so I do Command F, but however you do it, do edit, find. You're going to look in the spreadsheet and you're going to type in each of the keywords, and it's going to take you to the spot where that is in the budget. If those deals look good, I want you just to highlight them right now. You read the description and you say, this is something that's well worth my company spending some time to look at. And like I said, there's no substitute for going through each budget line item one by one. But if you're in a hurry, doing the edit find feature is a great way to go through it. At the end of the day, you want to be able to have an understanding that a certain agency is going to spend a certain amount of money of which your company can help them solve a very specific problem. But you're not done yet. There's still a bit more that you need to do. Now, there are 7 more critical steps to creating a run rate. Would you like to learn more? Well, I've got an opportunity for you. If you order a copy of my book by October 31st, 2015, and email me the receipt, I'm going to send you a copy of an updated spreadsheet with what the columns should look like to create your company's run rate. I'm also going to sit down with you and your team for 30 minutes through a conference call, and we're going to discuss the 2016 marketplace. You can order my book on Amazon. You can read reviews about it on Amazon. You can also look at governmentbusinessbook.biz and hear what other leaders around the Beltway are saying about the book. As of the beginning of October, the book is currently selling for $18.95. For paperback, $4.99 on Kindle. Prices are subject to change with Amazon. So we've had a very quick session. We've covered a lot of information. If you have any questions, you can email me. My email is on the screen. There are also some other ways that we can work together. I help company doing outsourced business development. I create playbooks for them. I do branding audits, lead gen campaigns, go-to-market analysis. That's where I'll look into the specific budget for a company and help them understand where they play and how they can position to it. I do marketing campaigns, and then of course you can sponsor an event through the PSTE. So let's talk. There's a few ways you can get a hold of me there on your screen. I look forward to hearing from you. And again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to learn more about the 2016 Federal Information Technology Budget. Make it a great day.